You're watching TV 20 News 530 Live with Paige Beck and David Snyder. This is TV 20 News in high definition.
Welcome back. Beekeeping is a time-honored activity attracting a lot of different folks from diverse interests such as Aristotle, Brigham Young, and even Maria von Trapp. But this avocation has been in decline, and so are the traditional European honeybees. The latest buzz, however, is about native bees that have been largely forgotten over the years. In tonight's Technology Spotlight, David finds out about a device that you may see around town that's being used in studying these new bees.
Thanks, Paige. With us tonight is Jason Graham. He's a research assistant at UF's Honeybee Research and Extension Lab. Why are European honeybees in trouble here in Florida, and what does that mean for our food supply?
Well, there's a lot of problems facing European honeybees. There's pesticides, there's different pests that come into the hive, such as small hive beetles and wax moths, varroa mites. So this is going to impact Florida farmers because pollination is important for them to get the most out of their crops.
Well, why do you say that the native honeybees are an untapped resource here?
The native bees, actually, I'm going to call them just native bees. The honeybee, they don't produce enough honey for us to extract, but they do collect some nectar and pollen and store it in their cells. So they're an important resource that's not really tapped right now.
Well, tell us about the device that you have here. You've already started to refer to it. What is the contraption that you have set up for us?
So this is a scaled down version of a native bee nesting site. What I do is I fill these tubes with pieces of paper, plastic, and bamboo. A female bee will come and nest inside this hole. She'll deposit some pollen and nectar and then lay an egg. And when it fills with eggs, then she'll cap it off and those bees will emerge out as adults. So these are good for monitoring to see what kind of bees are in the area, as well as for educational purposes and for helping pollination.
And so you can find these around town, right?
Yes.
This is a mock, like a build or a model of what you have around town. Where are they?
This is approximately half the size of the regular sites, and I have one at Morningside Nature Center, one at Kanapaha Botanical Gardens, Santa Fe Teaching Zoo, and a few residences and farms in the area.
What should people do if they come across one of these? Are they allowed to come close to them?
Sure, yeah. They can come right up and take a look inside of the tubes. If you see that the hole is closed up with leaf material or with sand material, then you know that there's a bee nesting inside of the tube.
What do you hope will actually come out of this research, Jason?
I'm hoping first to increase the general public's knowledge about native bees and to know that there are over 300 bees here in Florida besides just the one that we know produces honey and stings, the honeybee. I'm also hoping that potentially we can learn more in science about these bees and maybe learn of one that we can use to manage for pollination.
Do you plan to put more around North Central Florida?
This is a three-year project, so we're going to just stick with the 10 that we have, but we have because we've started an 11th one in Marion County for the master gardeners, so they're using it to increase the pollination in their master garden center there.
Okay, thank you so much to Jason Graham. We appreciate that very much. And if you have an idea for a future Technology Spotlight segment, send me an email. There's the email address, dsnyder@wcjb.com.